Lindsay Theory from the campus of USC, bringing you this week's Trojan Rewind for Fox Sports SCPlaybook.com, and we're actually going to be reaching all the way back to last Thursday, but let's start off with first things first, number 5, and it's got to be famous USC alum Will Ferrell. Now, Ferrell's been on basically a Trojan tour over the last few days. He first stopped to see former USC assistant Steve Sarkisian at Washington. He then made his way to the sidelines at CenturyLink Field to say hello to Pete Carroll, and then what do you know? The next day, he's down at USC leading the Trojan marching band as the drum major. What a surprise that was. And finally, how about this? Ferrell with a great impersonation. He was really dead on of Ed Orgeron. Obviously, Will Ferrell, a very proud USC alum, and pretty happy about Ed Orgeron taking over the team. Moving on to number 4, well, Andy Enfield hasn't even been at USC for a season, but hey, he knows where to stand his ground, and he's standing his ground when it comes to UCLA. Actually, he's creating a fight, but that's okay, right? Enfield telling one of his players, "We play up-tempo basketball here. If you want to slow it down, take it over to UCLA." Well, obviously, UCLA does have the advantage when it comes to basketball history, but maybe, just maybe, Enfield is the spark this Trojan basketball program needs. Comments like that, though, all press is good press, so good for Enfield, starting a little something before the season even gets going. And how about some love for the ladies? At number 3, USC's women's volleyball team is currently ranked number 1 in the country. They're 5-0 in the Pac-12, and they're off to their best start since 2006. Now the ladies head to the desert to take on Arizona and Arizona State. Going back to the hardwood, USC picked up a 3rd commitment in the 2014 recruiting class. Enfield getting a pledge from 2014 3-star center Jabari Craig. Now Craig is a Toronto native. He's currently out in Virginia at Fishburne Military School, but hey, he'll be out here at USC in no time, and he says he absolutely cannot wait. USC, a dream school of his. He's the 3rd commitment, as I mentioned, for Enfield in this 2014 class. He joins Malik Price-Martin and 4-star local point guard Jordan McLaughlin. And finally, taking it back to Thursday, it was the first time USC took the field since the firing of head coach Lane Kiffin, and they got their first win for USC interim head coach Ed Orgeron. Now, it was a 38-31 win over Arizona. The offense came to life. Still some concerns over the USC defense. Those concerns they'll try to work out against Notre Dame this weekend, but you have to be happy with the offensive production, including 5 tailbacks getting carries and Nelson Aguilar really stepping up in the absence of Marquise Lee. Now, as I mentioned, USC hits the road for Notre Dame, and we'll recap that, I'm sure, right back here on the Trojan Rewind in a week. From the campus of USC, I'm Lindsay Theory, Fox Sports SCPlaybook.com.